Welcome to another episode of Healthy You, your vegan lifestyle TV show. Today we have Jasmine from Healthy Sister Inc. in the house. She's going to prepare a raw chocolate vegan cheesecake.
A raw chocolate cheesecake.
A raw chocolate cheesecake, that's it.
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. I'm glad you accept our invitation.
Well, the name of my company is Healthy Sister Inc. I'm a raw dessert company. I primarily make raw desserts they're also vegan. I sell my products. I do catering. I sell them at restaurants, vegan and raw restaurants. I also do personal cooking classes. So the point of my company is to help people to introduce them to raw food and letting them know that you can still eat good food and you can still have sweets, most of all, and still be raw.
So why is it called raw? Some people, when they think raw, they think that it's a bunch of plants and I don't know, stuff that doesn't have any taste, any flavor.
Well, raw food is primarily used with live ingredients, so we don't cook anything that we make. We try to use as to the most natural sources possible before it gets processed. So such as we have extra virgin coconut oil that hasn't been processed. You have the walnuts, the cashews, and the dates that are all raw. So, and of course the coconut milk and honey and lemon juice that we're going to be using to make our raw chocolate cheesecake.
Great. So what are the benefits of raw cuisine versus standard vegan cuisine?
Standard vegan is cooked, so that means a lot of the nutrients get cooked out of the vegetables, and so it's good for you, but it's much more beneficial for your body to eat raw food because you're getting the full benefits of the food that you're eating. And it also gives you a lot of the nutrients and even protein that a lot of people think that vegans miss out on. So within a lot of our foods, when they're in their natural state, there's a multitude of vitamins and minerals that our body needs in order for it to function properly to its healthiest state, which also helps us to prevent diseases, as well as, obesity and other things. So yeah.
So you're saying that if I eat a lot of raw food, I don't get overweight?
No, you can't get overweight because you're not eating complex sugars, like processed sugars. You're not eating starches. I don't eat no breads whatsoever. If I do use flours, like sometime I'll make a raw pound cake and I'll use coconut flour or even almond flour. So everything is plant-based.
Let me ask you one more question before I let you start with your recipe.
Okay.
Are you a vegan?
Yes, I am a vegan.
Could you share why are you vegan and how long?
Well, I'm actually a raw vegan, so I'm 100% raw. I eat 100% live food. And you asked me how long? I've been raw for about 3 months now. I was a pescatarian/vegan for about 9 years on and off, and I haven't had dairy in at least 3 years. Because I knew the benefits of eating raw food, and it would be more beneficial to my body. Ever since I became strictly vegan and raw, I've lost at least 30 pounds.
30 pounds, wow.
Yes.
Actually, our viewers are watching right now the before and after, your transformation. So I am going to let you do your recipe. When you're almost done, I will come back and then we'll continue with our conversation.
All right.
That works for you?
Yes.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so before we start, I'm going to tell you what we have. We have walnuts, cacao, vanilla bean right here, coconut milk, medjool dates, and it's important to get medjool dates because they're very soft and have the most nutrients, honey, lemon juice, extra virgin coconut oil, and cashews with a little bit of nutritional yeast in there. So first I'm going to put in the walnuts into our food processor. I also put a dash of salt in here to help with the flavor. Then we're going to put our dates. Oh, before we put our dates, we're going to put 3 tablespoons of cacao. And then we're going to process that into a flour. Okay, so when it's finished, it should be nice and grainy, have a grainy texture to it, kind of like a graham crust, because that's the kind of texture we're looking for. And to sweeten it, we're going to put in the dates, and this will help to stick the crust together and also make it sweeter. And then we're going to process that until it can stick together. All right. And now we have we're going to use a 9-inch springform pan that you usually use for regular cheesecakes. And then we're going to put it in the freezer when it's done so it could set. And then when we take it out, all we have to do is just pop it off and just serve it. So I'm going to put the crust into the pan. It should be nice and crumbly and coarse.
This is quality control.
Uh-huh.
Tastes good.
Thank you. All right. So I'm going to put this back on and set our crust to the side while the cheesecake part itself is processing. Then we'll pack in the crust into the springform pan. So now we're going to get our cashews. This is our cheese that we use for our cheesecake. You can soak your nuts. It is much more beneficial because it helps release the enzymes, which makes it easier for us to digest. Now we're at our coconut milk. It's about 3/4 a cup. 1½ lemon juiced. About 1/3 coconut oil. They do have liquid coconut oil, which helps with the processing because it does get firm when it's colder. 1/2 of a vanilla bean. And 2/3 cups of honey. This will be our sweetener. So this will make our cheesecake sugar-free. So people who can't have sugar or who have diabetes can still eat this. And last but not least, we're going to put about 1/2 cup of cacao into our food processor so that both our crust and our cheesecake are very chocolatey. So now we're going to process that.
Seems like the cheesecake is ready.
Yes, it is.
All right.
So we processed it
let
for
me
about
help
5
you.
minutes.
Let me help you.
Let's put it this way. You just knock it. Hold on. You have to unlock it.
Oh,
Then knock it.
I knew it. I just want to make sure you remember.
Yeah, it confuses me sometimes
Okay,
too.
good. When I go to a health food store, I see 20 varieties of cacao.
Okay.
Which one do you recommend for this recipe?
If you can, possibly try to get raw cacao or raw carob, which is also good because it has the most health benefits. You can get cacao roasted, which you can also do, but the best way to eat cacao or carob is raw.
Great. Perfect. So what's next now?
So now I'm going to pour our cheesecake filling into the pan and just let it go in
So that's
there.
the consistency that we want.
Yes, it should be
Okay,
very
good.
smooth.
Yes.
It took about 5 minutes, depending
Yes.
on your food processor, to get it this way. If you soak your cashews, then it may take a little less time.
But you don't have to, right?
No, you don't have to,
Okay.
not really with the white nuts, but all your other nuts, your walnuts, your almonds, you should soak them.
Oh, so you can use any. You don't have to use cashews for this recipe. You can use.
Well, it's recommended
Other
to
nuts.
use cashews
Oh,
for
I
the
see.
filling, but such as the crust, I use walnuts for the crust, but you can use pecans, almonds, macadamia nuts, any kind of nuts for the crust, but the cashews is what really gives the cheesecake the cheesy flavor.
The cheesy flavor, yes.
Okay. So I knocked out all of the bubbles, so all the bubbles are out, so that it's much smoother when we cut it after we put it in the freezer. So now we're going to put it in the freezer for 4 to 6 hours.
Okay. We are going to cut for a public service announcement, and after that, we will bring the cheesecake back, and you're going to apply a decoration on top.
Yes, I'm going to decorate it with some
Great.
fresh blueberries.
Okay, great. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
For years, scientists have explored remote corners of the Earth, searching for exotic substances that might help prevent cancer. At last, man has discovered a secret place where powerful remedies can actually be found. Medical research shows that a vegetarian diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains can help prevent many types of cancer. Wherever you live, cancer prevention is as close as your grocery store. To learn more, call 866-906-WELL.
Welcome back, and I believe the cheesecake is ready.
Yes, the cheesecake is ready, so I'm about to take it out of the freezer so we can cut it. So as you can see, it's nice and firm. And since we put it in a spring-form pan, all we have to do is unlock it, and it'll be ready to cut. And here we have our cheesecake.
Wow, looks really nice.
So we have our cacao in the crust and also in the cheesecake itself. So it's double chocolate. And now we're going to put in our fresh blueberries for some decoration and also some extra color. Oop. Some of them ran away.
You can use strawberries and
Yes, you can
mango
use-
slices, whatever
You
is
can
your...
use any kind of fruit that you like. So they just put all of them in the middle, give it a nice cascading effect, a little mountain of blueberries. Oh. Okay.
Okay, good. Now we're gonna ask our official photographer to come to the set and take a photo before we cut it, please. Okay. We have Jasmine brought her own photographer.
Yes, this is Will.
Hi,
He's
Will.
also
How you doing?
100% raw.
Are you a professional photographer or just
Just freelance.
freelance?
Just
Okay.
enjoy taking pictures. Can I get
Yeah.
you home?
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so our cheesecake is decorated and all ready. And here you have it,
Beautiful, beautiful.
our wonderful
Okay,
cheesecake.
the best part of the show, for me at least. How do you call that type of knife?
It's just
Slicer or something?
It's just a wide knife. I know there's a
Okay.
name for it, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
It's
Well-
good for cutting.
We'll call it raw cheese knife.
The raw cheesecake knife.
Great.
Oop.
That's pretty firm.
Yes, it is. It has a texture similar to ice cream. And it's also sugar-free, gluten-free. We didn't use any flour.
So people with diabetes, they can eat this on a regular basis.
Yes, they can eat this on a
basically,
regular
right?
basis.
Because they're low glycemic index.
Yes, that's exactly
Great.
right. So you don't have to worry about your sugar spiking, or even if you don't have diabetes, you don't have to worry about weight gain or anything like that, or developing diabetes from eating processed sugars.
Yeah, that's true.
So here we have 2 slices. Put some blueberries on top. So this serves about 12 people. Mix 12 slices.
It doesn't take much time, and all you need is a food processor.
Yes, all you need is a food processor and your ingredients in a springform pan, and you're good to go.
Yeah, and if your fridge is broken, you can use your neighbor's fridge. So.
Yes, you can.
Okay. All right, so let's dig in. So delicious. Besides chocolate, what other flavors do you sell, and where they can find your products here in the DC area?
So I do sell some of my raw desserts at a few of the raw vegan restaurants in the DMV area. I sell the cheesecake. I have blueberry flavor, caramel, and also the chocolate at Everlasting Life on Central Avenue in Capitol Heights, Maryland. And also I have my raw brownies at Pepper's Raw Food and Juice Bar. And I have more locations to come eventually, then I'll let you know.
Actually, you're missing Sembev. That's where I met you.
Sembev. Yes.
I was having my my lunch, and then you brought your cheesecakes, and I grabbed my favorite, the one that has some kind of decoration in blueberries.
Yes, the blueberry.
Blueberry.
You can find me on Facebook at Healthy Sister Inc. It's facebook.com/Healthy Sister DC. You can just search in the Facebook Healthy Sister Inc. and you'll find me.
What about your cooking classes?
My cooking classes I offer them. They're also individual personal cooking classes as well as group cooking classes. I'm currently looking for locations in order to have group cooking classes. Yeah.
Perfect. So if you're interested to have Jasmine to come to your event, look her up on Facebook, Healthy Sister Inc. DC.
Healthy Sister DC.
Healthy Sister DC. Perfect. Well, thank you again for accepting our invitation to come to our show, and thank you for sharing with our viewers how easy, how delicious, how nutritious it is to be a raw vegan.
Yes, it is very
Perfect.
easy and it's good for you.
Perfect. Before we close, I would like to share with our viewers, we were last week at the DC Veg Fest here in Washington, DC, and I interviewed Jill Eckhart. She's the president of the Vegetarian Society of DC. So enjoy that news clip, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Hi, I'm Jill Eckert with the Vegetarian Society of DC. We're here today celebrating DC Veg Fest. the best time of the year. We are so excited to be surrounded by so many wonderful vendors and speakers and causes. It's a little bit wet, but not to fear. It's been wonderful. Tons of people here. And behind me to my right, you'll see the Vegetarian Society of DC booth. We're the longest running vegetarian society in North America. We're so proud of it. We have some dedicated volunteers handing out flyers, telling everyone about our activities. We bring people together in DC, Maryland, and Virginia to have community around promoting veganism for animals, for health, for the planet. And so we're so excited to be part of this wonderful, monumental event with thousands and thousands of people. To find out more about Vegetarian Society of DC, please visit vsdc.org, and you can find all of our activities listed on Meetup. Thanks for tuning in.